Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be setting up my September 2023 bullet journal theme. So for this theme, I asked you guys over on Instagram, and thank you because you were very helpful. Because I didn't know what theme to do. I knew I wanted to be kind of fall, but I didn't know, and I didn't want to just do, the regular like pumpkins and leaves and stuff. That's super cute, but I've done it a lot of times. Anyway, so I asked you on Instagram and you gave me lots of ideas, and my sister, actually, shout out to her, said to do a cozy chick flick theme. And I was like, okay, well, what better chick flick than You've Got Mail, my favorite movie of all time. So that's what this theme is. It's a You've Got Mail bullet journal theme. So I made the monthly header, I guess, and the calendar look like the old school email and the old school pop-ups that came up on the Microsoft and stuff. The Microsoft, that makes me sound very weird. Anyway, I wanted to look like an old school computer pop-up, and then what I'm doing here is just drawing the New York cityscape in the background with this really light pink color. I don't know if you can even really see it that well on camera. I'll do some close-ups later when I'm done, so you can kind of see a little bit better. But if you didn't know, You've Got Mail takes place in New York, and I love it, and it is just the best movie ever. It has Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks, and it's literally my favorite movie. So I wanted to do the computer pop-ups, and then I also put some little fall trees there at the bottom. I just got these new Tombow dual brush pens for my birthday from my mom and dad. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And so I wanted to use them. I got the Cottage themed pack, and I love them. And so that's what I used for this video. And here I am making the calendar. I wanted to use this pretty green color. I'm a big fan of green, so had to include that. This is my new bullet journal. I didn't film a bullet journal setup because I kind of just made a little 2-page thing. But I did share some pictures on my Instagram stories. So make sure to follow me because I do random stuff over there sometimes. But this journal is square shaped, and I wanted to get a square one because I've never gotten a square one before, and I thought it would be really fun. And I like how the shape worked for this monthly setup. For the little pop-up box next to the September box, I wrote, "Send a bouquet of sharpened pencils." That's a line in the movie, is that Tom Hanks' character says that he loves school supplies and he would send her a bouquet of sharpened pencils if he knew her name and address. And so I just thought I would throw that in there. I tried to kind of put in as many references as I could while still having it work with the theme. So I was really proud of myself for that one. And then you'll just see me here just kind of setting up my calendar for the month. Pretty simple. Moving on to the next page. This is a pretty short setup for me. So these next 2 pages, the one on the left is just kind of like a content planner, TBR area, video idea area. And then on the right side, it's my first weekly for the month. So I wanted the left side to look like you were in Kathleen Kelly's shop, the shop around the corner, which is her bookstore. And so I made my Kanban board look like a bookshelf this month. If you don't know what a Kanban board is, you'll see me setting it up here in just 1 second once I'm finished coloring the little books in. But basically, you separate it into the categories that you have. and then you can move the task down the list. So for instance, mine is for making videos. So I have a category for filming, editing, what else is there? Filming, editing, thumbnail and description box, and uploaded or scheduled. So that way I can kind of see if I'm making multiple videos at a time, where I am in the process. And so I really like that, but I thought it would be really fun to make it look like a bookshelf, because I always kind of make it a rectangular shape anyway, and so I was just proud of myself for that one. So that's what that is. And then I drew a little table next to it with some little items. I did a vase full of daisies, because daisies are the friendliest flower, a pop-up dinosaur book, which if you've seen the movie, maybe you'll recognize that reference, and a little stack of books, and a bag that has a goldfish in it. Again, if you've seen the movie, then maybe you'll recognize that. If you haven't seen You've Got Mail and you're watching this and you're confused, just go watch it. That's my best advice to you, is to watch the movie, because it's amazing. So, and then you can get the references from this video, and you'll be part of the club. On top of that little table, or above it, I guess, I made what looks like a little window, I guess. And that's where I'm going to write my TBR for the month. But I just wanted to make it look vaguely like a window. And I wrote the shop around the corner at the top of it. So, listen, I understand it would look backwards, because if you're inside the store, then the letters would be backwards facing, so that you could see them from the street, but that would be weird for me to do it in my journal that way. So, it's not completely accurate, but you get the vibe, you get the idea. I also was drawing some little twinkle lights at the top, and I realized I totally forgot to put any sort of yellow or anything on it to make it look like a twinkle light, but that's what that is. And then the little quote I'm writing there in the corner says, all this nothing has meant so much more to me than so many somethings, which is a quote, again, from the movie. At that point, I realized that my ruler was picking up the ink from my pen, and I smudged it everywhere, which made me very sad and was totally my fault. And then a few days went by, and I had to finish it in a different time. So that's why we had a little bit of a angle change there. But now I'm setting up my weekly. Again, I wanted to make it look like those old school computer pop-ups, so that's what I did. And you can see I don't draw all the way to the edge, because I wanted them to all have rounded edges, because they had rounded edges. And I just think that that's a fun, cute little detail. I like to do that every once in a while in my journal, just make things have rounded edges. I just think it's cute. And then I put daisies around that page, again, because daisies are the friendliest flower. So that's what I'm working on right now. I just use this really light pink color to do the petals of the daisies, because daisies are white, but the page is white, so I didn't really want to do them with I didn't want to outline it with black pen, because I thought that would be a little too harsh for the vibe I was going for with these little background daisies. So I just used the light pink to signify that that's really white, but you know what I mean. You get it. Then I just colored in around each of my weekly boxes with a different color from my Tombows. I just chose some little cute fall colors, yellow, orange, some greens. I really like how those turned out. They're just cute, fun colors. I'm really happy that I got this Tombow set. I've actually never owned Tombows before in my 6 years of bullet journaling, so I was really jazzed to get some finally. I Alright, this is the setup. I love how this turned out, and I'm really happy that I finally did a You've Got Mail theme. It is my favorite movie, and it brings joy every time I look at it, which is the whole point of bullet journaling, is making it for you and making it something that you enjoy. So let me know if you liked it. Bye!